When I was 17, I got my eyebrows waxed, and it was a complete disaster.
Joe Jonas has starred in top TV and movie franchises and sold over 8 million albums worldwide as one-third of the heartthrob pop rock band Jonas Brothers. Now, Joe is taking his shot at the solo scene, gearing up for the release of his debut album later this year.
When I was 17, I was just trying to be the center of attention and be the person that was making the crowd laugh. When I was 17, we lived mostly in New Jersey, in a very small town. Everybody kind of knew each other in the town, and then we moved to LA to try to make it in the business. And that was right when we were just starting as the Jonas Brothers, and it was a big whirlwind change for us. I was homeschooled since the 7th grade, so a lot of my time was spent at home and with my brother, so we were always at each other's throats. It was pretty difficult to juggle school and music.
He tried to be a good student. He had to work very hard.
You just wanted to give all your focus to music, and being at home, you're like, this is not where I want to be. I remember graduating, I was on tour, and that was like the happiest day for me ever. The graduation was on stage. They brought out like the counselor of the online school I went to and like surprised me on my birthday. They walked out with a gown that they wear and the hat.
The energy on stage and for the rest of that concert was like almost unmatched for the rest of the tour.
It was definitely like the rock star way of having a ceremony.
That same year, Joe Jonas was a fan of some future friends.
At 17, I was really big into Switchfoot, and me and my brothers, any chance we got to go to their concerts, we'd always go. Once we had a record label, our record label introduced us to them and ended up becoming friends with the lead singer and some of the band. So to become friends with the band that you've always looked up to was really cool.
That same year, Joe Jonas was hooked on Hurley.
When I was 17, I loved Lost. Hurley's pretty awesome. He's probably my favorite character. He's hilarious.
You're gonna have to pee on my foot, man.
You're always kind of rooting for him on the show. You thought like he'd be the first one killed off, but he kind of got through it. When I was 17, my mom kind of brought up an idea to me. She was like, hey, Joe, you know, you've been complaining about your eyebrows and how big they're getting.
There's no plural. No eyebrows. One eyebrow.
She said, why don't we like go and get them waxed? And I was like, Mom, I'm not getting my eyebrows waxed. That would be a horrible idea. So she finally talked me into going, and there's this little Asian lady, and she brought me to the back. And my mom wasn't in the room, so I didn't know what was going on. I was like really nervous. It's like, oh man, this is gonna be bad. So she started waxing my eyebrows. It hurt really bad. And then she took out scissors, and I told the lady, I was like, please, like I don't want any scissors, I'm good. And she insisted, no, like I won't do it a lot. And she started clipping away. I finish, and I'm looking in the mirror. And my eyebrows are beaming red, but there's like a very thin line left of eyebrow. I had like women's eyebrows.
He was devastated.
So I got home, and my brothers, when they saw me, just like immediately just started laughing. So that wasn't very encouraging.
When Joe got his eyebrows waxed, I didn't bring it up, but of course, his brothers, the band, we all made fun of him quite a bit behind his back.
So that was the last time I went to get my eyebrows waxed. When I was 17, living in New Jersey, me and my brother wanted to really participate in like TPing homes the day before Halloween. They call it the Goosey Night where I'm from. And either you egg a house or you TP a house. And we were like, we gotta do it this year. So we snuck out late that night. And we didn't really have any way of driving to the next town. So we TP'd all our neighbors' homes and woke up the next morning realizing like, okay, so we TP'd everybody's home. That was awesome. And we looked at each other, we're like, oh crap. We TP'd everybody's home except ours.
That's definitely like signature Joe Jonas. Not thinking everything through, maybe until afterwards and being like, oh yeah, that might be kind of obvious.
It was a really small town, and my dad happens to know the chief of police for the town we lived in. So he got a call. It was like, hey, so everybody's saying that their house is covered in toilet paper, but your home is the only one that's not. He's like, I'm not saying your kids did it, but it's just kind of stating the obvious. We had a little sit-down talk with our dad.
I'm sure my husband was just really firm and gave him that man talk. Suck it up and go clean up some people's yards.
We had to clean up everybody's home. We tried to do our best, but it was just dirty look from our neighbors for the next few weeks. It really sucked.
When they were 17, Chris fired BBs and got fined 50 G's. Joe TP'd his neighbors, and Salita lost track of lyrics. What will you say you did when you were 17?
When I was 17, I just had the most fun. All the 17-year-olds, when you're 18, you're going to miss these days.